Hey guys, how are you doing? Estamos aqui juntos pela última vez. Not actually. Felizmente não foi possível a gente estar junto nessa última aula, né? Então a gente está aqui mais uma vez com conteúdo online para vocês. But remain calm, stay calm, because this is not the last time we're going to see each other. This is only the last time we're going to be having online content together. I will still be in the group. I will still be talking to you guys, and we will still have classes once school comes back. Once the lockdown is lifted and all that stuff, we should be able to come back to class safely and see all and review all of these classes together again in a classroom. Okay? So with that said, let's begin today's lesson, lesson 30. Let's go on to The World is Yours. Lesson 30, pages 122 to 125. So let's take a look. Pega o livrinho aí, right? Go back, get your book so we can proceed together. So we won't have any problems. Okay? Cool. So what are we going to be seeing today? As usual, warm up, words in action, talk time, useful expressions, grammar file, speak up, listening and talking, talk time, listening, reading practice, fun time, and listening for understanding. So the world is yours. What is that? What do I mean when I say that the world is yours? Well, what I mean is, you guys, you have been through it. You're done. You've seen all that I have to teach you. You can now, even though you may not believe yourself sometimes, you are free to go anywhere in the world, and I believe all of you are fully capable of communicating in other countries. So, yeah, you may not believe that, but you'll see. All right, let's go on to our warm-up today. Here we have some words for some items that some people may own. So let's repeat with me, all right? Beginning with the first one, tablet. Tablet. Cell phone, cell phone, television, television, MP3 player, MP3 player, CDs, CDs, who even has CDs anymore? Car, car, sunglasses, sunglasses, and computer, computer. So which of these items do you guys own? Which of them do you guys consider necessities? Or which of them do you consider luxuries? Well, to me, these days, a cell phone is pretty much a necessity. Everybody needs a cell phone. But I mean, not everybody needs a car. Not everybody needs CDs. I think a lot of people need computers, especially for work, right? And tablets were really popular a while ago, but they disappeared for some reason. I still like tablets very much. I'm not really a fan of the small screen on the cell phone, but tablets are cool. I like tablets. You can watch stuff on them, no worries. I don't like the small screen on the phones. Very good. Moving on, let's go to words in action. And with words in action, paying attention, all right? Let's listen. You guys should have already translated these words. You should already know what they are. I'll just tell you real quick at the end. But let's pay attention to the audio and repeat after me. Let's go.
Book 3, Lesson 30. Words in action.
Flee,
Flee,
louse,
louse,
botany,
botany,
lid,
lid,
awful,
awful,
hardship,
hardship,
curb,
curb,
reminder,
reminder,
fate,
fate,
turkey,
turkey,
feast,
feast,
vitamin,
vitamin,
harvest,
harvest,
seeds,
seeds,
gear shift,
gear shift,
reverse gear,
reverse gear. Very well. Let's go into the verbs.
To heed.
To heed.
Heated.
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 Heated as well.
To bump.
To bump.
Bumped.
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 To reverse.
To reverse.
Reversed.
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 To reap.
To reap, like that guy, the reaper.
Reaped.
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 To reckon.
To reckon.
Reckoned.
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 To sow.
To sow.
Sowed.
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 To spin.
To spin.
Spun.
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 To skip.
To skip.
Skipped.
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 Skipped as well. Very good. So what we have there, let's go over them real quick. Flea is pulga. Louse, we have to be careful with louse because louse is singular. Most of the time we will use the plural lice. Usually, if you're talking about things you have in your head, piolhos, you don't have only one, you have more than one. So usually, lice. All right. Very well. Botany, botânica, estudo das plantas. Lid é a tampa. Awful é uma coisa horrível. Hardship é uma dificuldade. Curb é o meio-fio. Reminder é um lembrete. Fate é o destino. Turkey é o peru, tipo peru de Natal, peru de Thanksgiving. Feast é um banquete. Vitamin, vitamina. Harvest é a colheita. Seeds, sementes. Gear shift é a marcha do carro. Reverse gear, marcha ré. To the verbs, to heed, ouvir, prestar atenção. To bump é colidir, bater. Muito comum as pessoas darem fist bumps, bater os punhos. To reverse, retornar ou dar a ré. To reap seria colher ou ceifar. No caso daquele cara ali, ele é o ceifador, né? Ele usa exatamente a foice para ceifar, right? To reckon pode ser considerar ou calcular. To sow, a gente tem semear, right? To spin, girar. And to skip, que seria pular, passar para a próxima. Alright, let's move on to talk time. It's time to talk. It's talk time. In our first talk time, we have some questions. There's a lot of questions. Number one, are you good at top spinning? Pegar aquele o peão e girar o peão. I used to be good at it when I was a kid. I don't know if I can do that anymore. Number two, did you ever bump the curb while reversing? Not the curb. I can't really remember if I ever hit anything in a car. Number three, have you ever sowed a garden with vegetable seeds? Yes, I have. Not in my house, but I've helped people sow their gardens. It's a very good activity. It's very therapeutic. Number four, how was this year's wheat harvest in Brazil? I'm just gonna skip this because I have no idea. Number five, what does you reap what you sow mean? What is that? You reap what you sow. If we pull the verbs from words in action, right? Você colhe o que você semeia, right? That's what it means. If you do good, you will get good in return. If you do bad things, you will most likely get bad things in return. Number six, did you enjoy playing rope skipping? I actually did when I was a kid. For some reason, I thought it was really cool to skip rope. Pular corda. Yeah, I really liked that when I was a kid. Number seven, did you skip any English class this month? So, did you guys skip any English classes this month? You tell me. Very well. Number 8. Who do you reckon is Brazil's best soccer player? These days, I have no idea. I'm from the time of Ronaldinho. I don't know who is the best soccer player these days. Maybe Neymar? Not sure. Number 9. Do you heed road signs? I mean, you have to. I don't really like going over the speed limit, so yeah, I try my best to heed the road signs. And number 10. Do you believe in fate? That's a hard question. Another word for fate would be destiny. I believe in destiny. A little. I believe there are things that happen without us meaning to, but I also think we can get control over our destiny. At least try to steer where it goes. What do you guys think? Maybe you let me know, maybe you won't. Hey, you have the option of telling me in our group. All right, let's go on to useful expressions. We have a few cool expressions here, beginning with after you. After you. So it's pretty much, if you watch Chaves, you know what this is. When Professor Girafales says to Dona Florinda, after you. The translation is direct. Depois de você, right? After you. Let's go in. After you. Then we have at last. When you finally get alone with someone, you say what that little guy up there is saying. That raccoon. Alone. At last. This can be a really bad thing or a really good thing. I'll leave that up to you guys. So at last is the same as finally. Right, is when you get to do something after waiting a lot. Third, to button your lips, which is the same as zipping your lips. Zip. You keep a secret. You button your lips. Button your lip. Nobody can know anything about that. Right? So you're telling someone to keep a secret. Then we have to be cross. This is the correct way of writing that. To be cross, not to be crossed. Don't be cross. He didn't mean to hurt you. So basically what you're saying is don't be angry. When we say don't be cross, what you're really saying is don't be angry. All right, cross is just another slang for angry. Okay, very well. Let's move on to grammar file. So get your grammar file book. Let's take a look. We have some I've always loved talking about this because in Portuguese we don't really have a way of separating these things as we do in English, and I love the way they do this in English. We have 5 senses, right? We have sight, taste, touch, hearing, and smell, right? So these are the 5 senses. Pro tip, there are more, but that's for some other time. So the 5 main senses that we have. And when we have 5 main senses, we can say that something has the same, it activates our senses the same way something else does. What does that mean? Let's take a look. So beginning with the first sentence there, it looks like it's going to rain. In Portuguese, we would just say parece. Parece que vai chover, right? But when we say in English, it looks, what we mean is, when I look at the clouds and the clouds are gray and it looks to my eyes visually like it's going to rain. So that's what I mean. When I say it looks like it's going to rain, my eyes are telling me that those clouds are really dark and it's probably going to rain. So that's what it means. Parece, but in a visual way. All right. Next we have tastes. It tastes like strawberry, right? So it has the same taste, o mesmo gosto. So if I eat something, tastes like strawberry, right? So in Portuguese, the most similar thing we can find would be tem gosto de, right? It tastes like strawberry. It might not be strawberry, but it has the same taste. Next, we have to feel like. To feel like usually has to do with touch. So if you touch something really nice, you may say it feels like silk. Parece seda. Feels because I'm touching it, right? This is the feeling, it touches. Next we have it sounds like thunder. You hear something. That was really bad. It was just me blowing the mic. But it sounds like thunder, right? To my ears, parece, it sounds like, tem som de trovão, like thunder. Okay, so I'm describing what things feel like to my senses. And the last one, it smell like gas. I'm not gonna put gas on the screen, so I just used like a wine and a guy smelling the wine. If you smell something, it smells like wine. You get somewhere, you smell something, you don't know if it is what you smell. So if I say, like this, for example, I have here some very good alcohol gel. So this one it's kind of green. It's invisible because it's green, but it smells like lemon. So if I open it, it smells like lemon because I can feel the smell, and it's not lemon, but it smells like lemon. All right, very well. So these are the 5 sentences and how we can describe things that are not something but may feel, smell, taste, look, or sound like something else. All right, very good. Let's move on to speak up. So I want you guys, once again, for the last time, at least during this quarantine, to pay attention and repeat along with me. Let's go to speak up.
Book 3, Lesson 30. Speak up.
He was so rude.
He was so rude.
Don't be cross. He didn't mean to hurt you.
Don't be cross. He didn't mean to hurt you.
Spring starts tomorrow.
Spring starts tomorrow.
The winter is over at last.
The winter is over at last. What? No, I love winter.
Can I tell someone about the plan?
Can I tell someone about the plan?
Button your lip. The plan is secret.
Button your lip. The plan is secret.
What do you enjoy doing on vacation?
What do you enjoy doing on vacation?
Going camping is a good thing to do on vacation.
Going camping is a good thing to do on vacation.
Why are they cleaning the farmhouse?
Why are they cleaning the farmhouse?
The house is infested with fleas.
The house is infested with fleas. Oh my God, that's really bad.
Why do you need my help?
Why do you need my help?
Can you help open a stuck jar lid?
Can you help open a stuck jar lid? What is a jar lid? É a tampa da garrafa ou do jarro, right? It's stuck.
What was the farmer reaping?
What was the farmer reaping?
The farmer was reaping the wheat crop.
The farmer was reaping the wheat crop, right? Ele estava colhendo o quê? O quê? O trigo, right? Farinha de trigo. Wheat. The wheat crop, a colheita do trigo. Moving on.
Do you want me to reverse the car?
Do you want me to reverse the car?
Can you reverse the car safely?
Can you reverse the car safely?
Did the car bump?
Did the car bump?
The car bumped against the curb.
The car bumped against the curb.
Is there anything wrong?
Is there anything wrong?
I reckon there's something wrong.
I reckon there's something wrong.
What are the dancers doing?
What are the dancers doing?
The dancers are spinning in circles.
The dancers are spinning in circles.
I rarely have breakfast.
I rarely have breakfast.
It's not a good idea to skip breakfast.
It's not a good idea to skip breakfast. That is true.
Was it harvest time?
Was it harvest time?
It was the corn harvest time.
It was the corn harvest time.
Did he manage to stop smoking?
Did he manage to stop smoking?
It was no hardship for him to stop smoking.
It was no hardship for him to stop smoking.
What does this coffee taste like?
What does this coffee taste like?
This coffee tastes awful.
This coffee tastes awful.
Did he heed his teacher's reminders?
Did he heed his teacher's reminders?
He ignored his teacher's reminders.
He ignored his teacher's reminders. Okay, you should always heed your teacher's reminders. All right, guys? Very well. Let's move on to listening and talking. We have a flea story. Why are we talking about fleas in a chapter about the world? Well, maybe we should take a listen and see. So let's go on. The flea story. Let's pay attention and see what we can understand from that text. Let's go.
Book 3, Lesson 30, Listening and Talking.
The flea story. Some fleas were placed in a jar with a lid on it. Desperately, the fleas began to jump, hitting the lid in their attempt to escape. After a time, the fleas started jumping lower and lower in order to avoid smacking their heads on the lid. When they got used to the fact that they couldn't escape, the lid was removed, but the fleas continued to jump low, never escaping the jar. Since the fleas believed they could never get out of the jar, they stopped trying. They never even bothered looking up and see that the lid was no longer there. What is the purpose of this story? Okay, some people are a lot like the fleas in this story. First, they may believe that the sky is the limit and there is nothing they cannot do. During the course of life, however, through the hardships and obstacles, they conclude they can't go on beyond that and can grow no more. They believe that's their world and fate. They believe that if they keep on trying, they will bump their heads. They may also give up and quit easily when they discover that it is harder than they expected. Finally, we have the people who have hit their heads on so often in the past that they are afraid to even try to jump. Do not act like the fleas in the story. You are called to bring forth the potential that God has gifted you with. Never doubt your capacity to fly higher. Believe in yourself and work hard towards your goals. Never fear. Decide to be a winner. Fly higher and higher. If you are 100% serious about building success, you will definitely be seen at the top. The world is yours.
The world is yours. Come on, guys. Like, this is cause for celebration, right? Very well. And then my question to you is, what motivates you to be a winner? What motivates you? Do you want to get a new computer? Do you want to get a lot of money or be rich or just have a life? What motivates you to go out there and do what you do every day? I mean, for some reason, you decided to take this course. Why are you trying to improve yourself? Always remember that reason so that you may remind yourself why you're doing this. All right? We have a lot to grow during our whole life, not just after we're done with this English course. All right? Moving on, let's go to talk time once again, where we have a few more questions for you. Number 1, are you constantly improving yourself? How do you guys improve yourself? Do you try to do new things? Do you go out there and you find something new to do or something new to learn? What is it that you do to improve? Number 2, what is your attitude towards a challenge? Of course, there are different challenges in life, right? We have different things that we have to fight against, but we should always try to look at challenges as not as a problem, but as something to which we should get a solution. Focus on the solution, not the problem. Number 3, are you willing to pay the price to be successful? So, being successful takes a lot of sacrifice. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a lot of time. Maybe some nights out with your friends. Maybe some time alone. Maybe you need to work a lot and you don't have a lot of time for yourself. What are you ready to sacrifice in the name of success? Number 4, what weak points can hold us back? That's a hard one because it really depends on you. Are you someone who gives up easily? Or are you someone who maybe don't even want to try because you're afraid of failing? Are you like one of the fleas from the story? Come on, we can be better. And number 5, what can be obstacles to our success? There are many obstacles. We have a big one in the whole world right now with this pandemic, right? It is a big obstacle, but you know what? We can still do little things to improve ourselves. You guys are already doing that by watching this. Aha! And number 6, how do you plan to fly higher in your life? Do you guys have a plan? Do you think there's something that you can do in order to fly higher, to get to a better place in life? I have my plans. I have things I want to do, but those are something that I should only discuss with you guys in person. We'll talk about them maybe next time we meet. All right? Very well. Let's move on to listening and reading practice. We're gonna hear a little story about Thanksgiving. Do you guys know Thanksgiving? We talked about Thanksgiving before, but do you know why people celebrate it? Let's take a look.
Book 3, Lesson 30, Listening and Reading Practice.
Thanksgiving is a great national holiday in the USA.
Tell me something about it.
We celebrate it on the 4th Thursday in November. It means festive meals, parades, football, family gatherings, and of course, turkey.
Turkey?
That's right. The traditional Thanksgiving menu includes roast turkey. Sometimes it's informally called the Turkey Day. But beside turkey, we also eat mashed potatoes and gravy, yams, corn, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. For many Americans, it's all about spending time together, catching up, and enjoying one another's company.
And what's the origin of this holiday?
We learn in history class that the first Thanksgiving was in 1621 when the Pilgrims invited the Indians to a 3-day feast to celebrate the autumn harvest. So Thanksgiving became a reminder to give thanks for the good things, people, and providential events in our lives. Many American families make Thanksgiving dinners special by saying grace, a prayer of thanks.
Very well. And this is actually, like, all of this is true. Sometimes we think the movies may do that a little bit stronger than reality, but no, it's kind of like that. Like, you really get your whole family and everybody's saying thanks, and they have, you know, the big table with all the foods, and it really is like that. Then I have a question for you guys. Do you think we celebrate Thanksgiving in Brazil? Well, not necessarily Thanksgiving, as that specifically has, you know, an American origin. Like you heard in the text, it was a whole thing with the Pilgrims, which were people from England who were colonizing the United States, and they invited the Indians for a big feast. Since we don't have anything close to that specifically, we still have a harvest festival. We still have a part of the year where we celebrate a good harvest. Do you guys know what time that is? It's actually right now. It's São João, right? São João is when we get together and we're thankful for the harvest. Although instead of pumpkins and stuff, we usually use that guy right in the corner there, corn, right? Corn is our main food during our harvest period. So in a way, we still have our own kind of Thanksgiving with the corn and all of that stuff, right? At least I think it's awesome. I love some corn. I love me some canjica and all of that good stuff. So yeah, we are pretty much having our own kind of Thanksgiving. Okay, let's move on to fun time. Getting to the end here with a few questions. Number 1, polar bears are found at which pole? Is it North Pole or South Pole? They are found not in the South Pole because South Pole has penguins. So South Pole has penguins and North Pole has bears. Ah, did you know that? Very well. Number 2. What pop group was Michael Jackson a member of when he was young? This should be fairly easy if you guys know Michael Jackson. But in case you don't, his group was called the Jackson 5. I mean, Michael Jackson, he was in a group with his brothers, the Jackson 5. 5 brothers from the Jackson family. And their songs are actually pretty good. Number 3. Which vitamin is abundant in citrus fruits? Do you know? The vitamin that is abundant in citrus fruits is ascorbic acid, also known as vitamin C. That's ascorbic acid, vitamin C, right? Very common in citrus fruits. Then we have number 4. What is the study of plants called? We saw that in Words in Action. Do you guys remember? 3, 2, 1. It's botany. Botany is the study of plants. Next, we have question 5 right there. What do we call a mountain which could erupt? Well, some mountains are sleeping what? Volcanoes, right? When a mountain erupts, when lava starts coming out of it, it's a volcano. Question number 6. Which chemical element is represented by the symbol Zn? Do you know that? It is, of course, zinc. Zinc is, in Portuguese, the same, zinco, right? It is represented by Zn. And number 7, what natural phenomena are measured by the Richter scale? We actually have one, we had one last week, I think, in Mexico, and it was really strong. I think it was like 4.7 or something. So what is it? It's an earthquake. Earthquakes are measured in the Richter scale. All right, very good. Not so good questions. I'm really digging fun time. I really like fun time. It's always like very nice to get to know all these different things. I'm a culture kind of guy. Let's go on to listening for understanding. With, I guess we're ending on a high note with a very polemical opinion. So let's go on. What is Sean saying about women driving? Let's take a listen.
Book 3, Lesson 30. Listening for understanding.
Women are worse drivers than men. What is Sean's point of view about it? Listen and write it down.
I feel we cannot generalize males are best or females are best. It's just individual talent and even personality.
Okay. Let's take a listen at that again real quick. All right, let's go.
I feel we cannot generalize males are best or females are best.
So he says we shouldn't generalize that males are best or females are best. Why is that?
It's just individual talent and even personality.
It's individual talent and even personality, right? Different people drive differently. Different people deal with a car differently. So you should always, don't really judge. We got drivers who are bad, who are men. We also have drivers who are bad, who are women, and vice versa. There are good women drivers, good men drivers. For example, my mother is a way better driver than my father. So she's the one who actually taught me how to drive and how to change a tire. So hey, at least in my family, that stereotype doesn't hold true. At least for me. Very well. So I guess this is it. This is lesson 30. Let's review real quick. Today we saw warm-up, words in action, talk time, useful expressions, grammar file, speak up, listening and talking, talk time, listening, reading practice, fun time, and listening for understanding. congratulations, guys. You have made it to the end. This is our last lesson. I am very confident that you guys can take this knowledge and go wherever you want, right? I still feel like I need to remind you guys that this is not technically the last time we're gonna meet. I will still see you guys in class. We'll still have our group, so if you have any questions, if you guys want any tips, sorry about that. If you guys have any tips that you want, if you guys want to ask me stuff, I will still be in the group. We can still be talking. I will still share some memes, and I'll send you guys recommendations of movies and things like that, because we shouldn't stop practicing, right? If you guys really want to achieve fluency in English, then you should keep studying. Right? There's so much stuff that you guys can keep on studying, like different accents, like different slangs for different countries, and how like these countries even speak English, right? So for example, Japan has a different accent. You can try to understand a little better how Japanese communicate, or how Canadians and the British communicate there in the beginning. So, right? The world is yours. You guys can keep on studying. You can keep on asking me questions. I will see you guys back once this whole Corona thing blows over. But for now, this is it, I guess. I still have to give you guys the reminders. So remember, stay tuned to the instructions from CEBRAC. Remember to do your homework, because it will count as attendance. Yes, this will be in your grade when we come back. Okay, these activities will be counted in with your grades. All right, we got to the end here. This is Mr. Vítor signing out for the last time with you guys. Remember, although I'm signing out, I'm not really going away. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one. Have a great week. I hope you guys are fine. Stay safe. Stay at home. And be nice to each other. All right. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.